Hi, everybody. I wanted to jump on to LinkedIn and have a quick chat with you. We're in the middle, coming towards the end of our tax time campaign. This year, we're drawing attention to the work we do in the education space. But I wanted to talk about that a little bit because I think it's not what people normally think about when they think about EWB. So I just wanted to jump on and have a bit of a chat. It's been tough. It's been a tough few years, I think, for everybody and certainly for EWB. I think we've weathered it well. I think we're doing pretty well, but it's not looking like it's getting any easier anytime soon. And as we come to the end of the financial year, we've got a few days left. We really do need your support. So I wanted to be able to talk a little bit about that. We've been able to keep the commitment to our communities going through all of this time. We have so many fantastic projects on the boil at different stages of prototyping and different stages of implementation. So it's just testament to the fantastic teams that we have in Cambodia, Vanuatu and Timor-Leste. They're doing such an incredible job on just keeping that commitment to community, keeping that relationship going, keeping in touch with the people on the ground so that we know that what we're doing makes sense and is the right thing for them. So what I wanted to talk about was a little bit about the education side of that, because we really do need your support. When we think about EWB and we think about our work on the ground, we often think about EWB and climate change. We often think about EWB and gender. These are things that are absolute priorities for us. It's in our strategic plan. We focus on them all the time, but we don't ever talk about the other bits that intersect with them, I suppose. Our teams on the ground are socio-technical professionals. The engineers that we work alongside, that we train and that we who volunteer with us or do pro bono work with us are socio-technical professionals. And what that means is that they understand that you don't work on climate in a silo. You don't work on gender in a silo. And so, for example, with education is really key to resilience in any community, and it is really important for people with disabilities. It's really important for women and girls. And interestingly, it also has a big role to play in climate resilience. I read an article recently in The Economist, and you should look that up. It's a really great article. It's about 2 weeks ago, and it talked about the power of education as being one of the key factors, and if not the key factor, in how a community and individuals manage, changing weather patterns. For example, farmers with educations are much more able to adapt their farming techniques than those who don't, are much more ready to and curious to know how they might change what they do. So I think education is really key, and the communities that we work alongside tell us this all the time. But why EWB in education? There's some fantastic organisations doing education work, for example, getting books into schools, working with sorry, I'll turn my phone off. Working with teachers on curriculum, getting healthy breakfasts into schools. We're not that organisation. We are engineers. So we work alongside those organisations who are doing great work. What we do is remove the physical barriers to attendance. So, for example, in Vanuatu, we hear from the communities that it's taking an inordinate amount of time, sometimes hours, for kids to get to school. So, kids will often not go to school. Why would you walk so far and then go to school? It takes a very, very long time. So they've said that if they could get some way to cross the river, so they wouldn't have to use that roundabout route, you'd have a much higher attendance, kids going more regularly. So we're working with that community on where we place a footbridge, how we place it, what's the best way to do that, so the kids can get to school really easily, removing the physical barriers to attendance. In Timor-Leste, we've worked with schools who are noticing that girls are not going to school, certain times of the month. So we create toilets that enable the privacy needed for girls to go to school every day, and the girls' attendance rates go up. Timor-Leste, again, we have put in safe drinking water into schools so that kids are drinking clean water and reducing the amount of stomach infections so that they're not going home with diarrhea, increasing attendance. In Cambodia, during the COVID times, we created a hands-free hand washing station for health centres so that there was reducing spread of germs. Now we're working with the Ministry of Education to roll those same hand washing stations out into schools, reducing the spread of germs so that kids stay at school. So that's what we do. That's what EWB does. We create resilience through education by removing the barriers, the physical barriers to attendance. What we do is really important and it's unique. I don't think there's any other organisation that I know of that is standing as socio-technical allies with community, that's unlocking the huge wealth of engineering expertise and knowledge and skills, the whole breadth of the engineering sector in Australia to come to play in those spaces in the region. It's an unusual and it's a unique organisation. It's a unique role that we play, and we can't do it without you. We need you. So please, if you believe in what we do, and if you believe in the power of education for girls, for people with disabilities, for climate resilience, and you believe that engineering has a role to play, no one else is doing it like we're doing it. Nobody else is doing this. So please, give to us today. Before you go and Google that Economist article, click on the link in the comments and give to us. $20, amazing. $50, $200, amazing. Every cent counts. If you click on the button that says monthly donation, that enables us to continue to plan with communities the way we have been, and that would be incredibly helpful. Thank you so much for your time. It's been fun to talk to you. Speak to you again soon. Bye.